symbol of excellence in sports entertainment.
Hey, what's good, everybody? The Job Guys back with you one more time. Nitro Nick sitting right over there. Ryan sitting right over here. We're coming to you right after Backlash, the first ever PLE, PPV, whatever, big show in San Juan, Puerto Rico. And we thought, if anything, if last night was an indication of what this crowd and how hot it was going to be, yeah, it was once again. I thought this was a tremendous night of wrestling, Nick. I had a feeling it might be, even though expectations were a little low here, maybe outside of one match, kind of like last year. Those pay-per-views after Mania, we were like,
it's been a
what
couple
are we
years
doing?
Now.
And they were good.
And they've
Nick,
delivered as far as wrestling.
I thought this show was an A,
show.
B plus at the least. Nick, what do you think?
I thought, if you like wrestling and really just good matches, again, this is what I've said. I think we've said this about the last 2 or 3 backlashes, man. You go in thinking, looking at the card, no Roman, and you're like, oh man, I don't know if I'm too hot on these matches. And I think tonight, as far as wrestling, every match delivered.
Yeah.
It was each match was a little bit better, at least, to say, than I expected. And the crowd, you gotta love when they go to these places that don't get wrestling all the time. When you go to a Chicago or New York, there's always that chance the crowd is going to hijack the show. This crowd was just great, wasn't it? Again,
I thought they might hijack it at the beginning. I was a little worried for a second.
Right,
Bianca getting booed and whatever, but yeah,
she did. You know what? Is Bianca suffering? I guess we can talk about maybe a little Kevin Nash syndrome, Diesel.
Bit.
Maybe there's
more to it than that, but yeah,
maybe.
But overall thoughts on the show? Well, A, B, what?
I would give it about a B, just because my only critique on it is I don't know that a lot of stories unfolded here further than they were from SmackDown and Raw. I don't think we got a lot of depth more into those, but you got to remember, I got to call, and you've caught me on this a couple times. This is the down era, and that, this is the, you got to kind of milk this cow for everything it's worth, because we got to get through
April's
these next
tough.
couple months.
May is tough. Well, I disagree with that. I think they absolutely did. And I think they ended some stories that need to end today. And because somebody's going to fight for this world title. I have no clue who that's going to be. But some people need to be cleared up for that. Maybe it's going too long. I'm not sure. But the bloodline is continuing. Io Sky and them, they're breaking up. Something's happening there. So that kept going. And then other people are switching shows too. So they may be completely different here, but there were some one-offs. Anything that had to do with Puerto Rico was a one-off tonight. Zelina Vega and Bad Bunny, that. But it worked though.
It did.
They made it work. And we will get into both of those matches as we go, because they hit home runs with what they did. So yeah, let's start.
Matches were great.
Right at the beginning, Nick. One of our buddies, Brock Rice, who has been on our show numerous times, straight out told me that may be the best women's match I've ever seen in my life. He absolutely loved Io Sky against Bianca Belair. I did as well. I thought it was awesome. Outside of there was one spot where she got dropped on her head. Other than that, this match was flawless. I absolutely loved it. Thought they might hijack it at the beginning, though, because Bianca got booed, and she thought she got a massive pop when they said her name. I don't know if you noticed, Nick, but Io did the splits at the same exact time they started announcing Bianca's name.
I did see that,
and
yes.
They went
and they popped her. Yep.
They were popping for the splits in the corner. But I thought it was a great match. I thought it ended well. It progressed their story with something's going on with Damage Control. Io thinks she needs to be further or better or getting held back. They cost her the match kind of in the end. It worked for me. Thought it was great.
Yeah, I was okay on it. The first part, and again, I guess this is just me, and I got to get over some of the stuff in the beginning of the match seemed a little choreographed. That's my only criticism of Io Sky. She does wrestle a little AEW or NXT style a lot for,
Well, that's what she is. Yeah.
that's what she is, and that's just not my cup of tea. But I mean, I guess that's, you take what you get. Yeah, the drop on that, I'm just glad no one got hurt on that because I think she was supposed to land on her back. I'm not sure.
She didn't. I don't know if Bianca didn't push her well or she didn't tuck well, whatever she did.
Miscommunication. I don't know what happened there.
She didn't flip all. She didn't get over.
My only issue with the ending of blaming Bayley to set up Damage Control, Bayley grabs her hair, the classic Bobby Heenan, holding the Warrior's legs down on the outside. Well, Dakota Kai already had kicked her in the face. So if you're going to blame him for interfering one way, well, they wouldn't have been in that position anyway if Dakota Kai hadn't set her up. So, that it was kind of like, you interfere, you take what you get out of it. I just kind of also knew who was winning this match. Io Sky was not ending Bianca's run. I am glad we're moving Damage Control forward and doing something with them. Because, Ryan, I don't know that have they won? I mean, I know they won the
belts at some point, and I don't even remember how.
A lot, man. They
just don't work. Period. Bayley win or loss, they don't work. It sucked from the word go. Yes.
Well, she lost her first feud, Bayley, wasn't it? With Bianca,
with Bianca and with the Becky. When Becky came back from the arm injury that she got that night.
I've never understood this, and I guess this goes to clash against those people that say, wins and losses don't matter. When she comes back, she's got to win her first feud, man, or at least her second, or at least her third. She can't just keep losing.
Yeah.
But the match was awesome. The powerbomb off the top rope was sweet, man.
That should have been the finish.
But I felt you knew who was going to win and you knew what was going to happen toward the end, that there was going to be a conflict between Bayley and Io. I hope Io works, man, because again, she's phenomenal in the ring if you're that kind of style. I just don't. Is there depth in her character?
Yeah.
That's
a big question.
I don't know. I have no issues with her in the ring, though. Again, I prefer Bianca's style. I'm a little bit more of a power guy. But it was a really good match. I mean, Brock was not wrong on that at all. It was a really good match.
I thought maybe they could have her lose only because she's going to SmackDown, and that would avoid now the awkward. They're going to have to trade belts again, which is just beyond me stupid. But they're going to have to trade belts again. So maybe they gave her longest champion ever. Well, now she's not going to be because she's going to trade like Monday. So
I guess they call her the Raw Women's Champion.
Right.
She's the SmackDown.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they're going to do that. So I thought maybe, but my only question, even going in, and I know it's that time of year, you need something. How did Io Sky even get a title shot? I mean, this was so AEW of them. Has this girl had like more than 2 singles matches this year? I don't think she has.
I don't know.
And Cole even said at one point when she was about to win or hulking up, whatever she was doing, quote, "This is the Io Sky the WWE universe has been waiting for." Okay, well, if we haven't gotten it, then how'd she get this title shot? Like, why is she here? But I know they needed, but I don't like, they're obviously going to push her, but they're pushing her now because she lost to the champ. So how is this going to go? Now she's going to feud with Bayley or Dakota, and then she's going to have to work her way back up. Just kind of goofy, but I thought the match was great. So then we got in the back. Bad Bunny is back there with Rey Mysterio. They were speaking in Spanish. I have no idea what they said, but they were happy to see each other and everything.
Yep.
And then some other dude comes in and hugs Bad Bunny. I have no clue who this is. And then they put it on the screen. It's Savio Vega. Like, oh, okay. Kind of cool, I guess. That immediately gave away the finish to me of the Bad Bunny match. I said right that second, I go, well, now Carlito's going to come and win the match for him. But that's just me. I don't know if I assume other people felt that as well. Then we get Seth against Omos. kind of no reason for them to be fighting whatsoever.
A match just similar to his WrestleMania match. Out of nowhere. He's just fighting Lesnar. Now he's just fighting Seth.
At least with that, they built it a little bit and had the promo and had the vignette thing. They had the package and all that. This, I don't remember seeing any of that. That said,
it delivered.
Yeah, we think Seth is the best worker in the WWE. And then
the best worker in the world.
Almost now. This is now 3 straight matches. As much crap as this guy gets.
I have given him crap.
And you can say, well, he's in there with Seth. Of course. Okay, I'll give you that. Brock put on a pretty good match at WrestleMania. His match before that, when he took out Braun Strowman, wasn't too bad either. This is now 3 matches in a row that have been not more than passable. They've been watchable. This was a good match. It was what it was. I kind of saw the finish here coming too. As soon as he missed, I go, he's going to get him from the top. Did sweet finish.
It was
the curb
awesome.
stop from the top. And he was massively over. I don't know if it's him or the song, but man, people love singing that song.
I love him. Ryan, he is today's Macho Man to me, man. They both have flamboyant, extravagant, over-the-top outfits. Both have women who are in the industry. Both probably could have been the man, but the man above them is just a little bit bigger than they are. You know, you're kind of stuck there.
You mean Cody?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, definitely. And they both, whoever they touch turns to gold. They're just, to me, there's just so much between the mega powers and then Rollins and Reigns to me. And I'll tell you this.
I haven't thought about it that way, but yeah, that works. Yeah.
I tell you that I don't think I'll give Omos this, and especially for losing 2 matches, I don't think his character has gotten worse. He got out of this.
He's still
match.
A giant.
Yeah, he got out of this match, I think, looking fairly good. You know, the stop on the curb. People can say it might have been cheesy, but we'd never seen that before, where he stopped him from stomping him into the mat. That was kind of cool. You know, I thought, and people going out here like, well, it wasn't this. He's not Kenny Omega.
Who's that? Omos?
Yeah.
No.
So like
he's not Hulk Hogan.
No, for people to grade him like, well, he didn't do an acai, like, okay, well, yeah, but he still puts on. He does what he can do, and he's getting better at it.
I noticed it in this more than even at Mania, and I was there in person. I have not watched that match back. He's in better shape than he was. Not that he ever was like not in shape, but he's trimmed down. He is moving better. Mm-hmm. He's moving a little. I mean, he's not, not moving like Kenny or Seth, but he's moving better. He's 7 freaking 3. And what do you expect him to do?
Right. And we don't want to see every match can't be the same match.
Right.
You need Bobby Lashley's. You need Omos's. You need these guys to put on different shows. I want to see some power, man. Yeah. I want to see some muscle.
Throw some dudes around.
I thought this was a very good match for what it was. Rollins, and speaking to what you said, it's got to come to these 2 guys, right? Rollins and Cody for this belt.
Yeah. Then let's get to that at the end. But yes, because I do want to know what you think is going to happen and where these guys are going to go. It seems like the obvious is Seth's going to win one, Cody's going to win the other.
Well, remind me to tell you something I heard today, so keep going.
Okay. Was it Booker T by Bad Bunny? Did you hear that today?
Yes, Booker.
I don't know what song he played today. Was the crowd sure
something from Triple H, actually.
Oh, all right. Okay, next one, triple threat match. Another match has had a little bit of a story built into it. Bobby's been trying to get that U.S. belt back, and Bronson's been there keeping it, kind of jumping on him, sneak attacking him, and all this. I had no feelings going in. Usually triple threats are pretty good. Thought there was some good spots here, some bang bang spots, kind of like the finish. Bang bang. Missed the moonsault off the top. Bronson then gets the spear, throws him out. Austin Theory's still your winner. I'm glad Theory is still the winner.
Hell yeah.
I will say this, and I'm kind of shocked. I wish the Cena win would have done more for him. because it seems like it did absolutely nothing for him. And maybe it's because Cena was there that one night, and then they never really followed up on it after that, and it just seemed like, okay,
They mentioned it once or twice tonight.
Yeah.
I think Cole mentioned it.
He
but
did,
yeah.
but like there was no follow, there was no anything to that, I guess, afterward. But so that really hasn't done much. I think he's still kind of in the same spot, even though he looked good winning this today. He looked
great.
smart winning it today.
Yes. And he did it on his own.
Yes.
He didn't need any help. And I tell you, kind of hurt Reed. The draft, I think, hurt this match a little bit because I'm going, well, Imperium, Gunther's got that other belt on Raw.
And he's on Raw.
We're not taking them both to Raw. So it came down to kind of two guys, right?
Yep.
Lashley. And I'm like, Lashley doesn't need that belt at this point in time, I think. So, but again, I'm with you. This was a big win. I think this kid needs to keep winning. I'm telling you, the future, Austin Theory and LA Knight, to me, are the two most upcoming guys in the WWE.
Well, LA Knight's our age, so they better move with him.
Well, yeah, so he is.
He's 40
not
freaking 2 years old.
Is he 40? I thought he was 40, but yeah.
Yeah, well, whatever. He's in the 4-0s.
Yeah, but I like the guy, man. But I thought this was actually my favorite match of the night. I don't usually like triple threat matches, but there was no standing around. People were right there to hit their move.
It was bang, bang. It was good.
I thought it was the choreograph or whatever you want to say. The art of it was awesome. And my favorite match of the night. Congratulations, Austin Theory. I'm glad he keeps winning.
Yeah, I am too. I thought maybe there'd be a chance Lashley would pin Reed, and Lashley is going to SmackDown. So, if Roman's not going to be there every night, okay, well, now we got Lashley as our champion. I thought maybe that, and then Theory could then chase because, well, you didn't pin me, you pinned the other guy. And then they could have a little feud, that have some. I thought that was a possibility. But no, I'm good with Priest. Why do I keep doing it? I love the guy so much I don't know his name. I'm glad that Theory wins because I like him. I think he's great.
I do too.
So nothing but upside for him. So then we got the other girls match. SmackDown current world champion, even though she's on Raw. Rhea taking on Zelina. Another match that kind of came out of nowhere because there was nobody for Rhea to fight. But this worked because Zelina is Puerto Rican. And, hey, I'm going in front of my home people. You let me go try to win in front of my home people. She nearly cried last night on SmackDown when she came out, the pop that the LWO got. She nearly lost it last night. And then she did today, coming out with the Puerto Rican flag in her not even like a cape, like when Charlotte or somebody holds their arm out. She had like the real flag built into her.
It reminded me, I know you're not a big watcher, it reminded me of Falcon, or the guy who is now Captain America, from Marvel. I don't know if people will catch that.
He does that.
Yeah, it's just the wings he's got when he pulls them out. It was really cool. I saw that on the replay. Yeah.
We haven't seen that before. She gets in the ring, she loses it. The crowd goes ape, man. And we all knew she wasn't going to win. I mean, there's no prayer she's going to win. She hit a couple of cool moves. That said, I don't know why they don't let her talk more. I think she is amazing on the microphone. I mean, she was like the only thing that was even watchable at the beginning of the pandemic when she was with Austin Theory and those guys, when she was talking for them. They got to let this girl talk. I mean, she's so good. But anyway, she gets creamed by the end of this match. Very short, 5 minutes or whatever. But then afterward, they gave her her moment in the ring. Rhea got out of there quick. And then the place gives her a standing ovation. It was like Ric Flair when he retired. It was awesome. So it made it work. Like, you got it. Even if you didn't like her or Puerto Rico, okay, that doesn't really hit home for me. They made it hit home here. Yeah. It worked perfectly. And Rhea killed her and looked strong. So, I mean, total win-win here. Total win-win.
Rhea's red hot right now, I think, for as high in her career as best she could be.
We didn't know what the main event would be, which one they would go with.
I heard they were going all the way up to today with what's going on last. I don't know. That's what I just read, that they had 3 matches they thought could go off last. I even heard they were wondering if Brock and Cody would open the show.
Yeah.
I heard that earlier in the day. I was like, wow, that would be really weird. But they went with the way it went.
Yeah, and I kind of thought the whole time it was one of these 2 matches. But then I heard other people saying the 6-man was going to be the last one. But you didn't know that either, because where are we going to get the turn in the bloodline here and put that on last like they've been doing? Or do they want to send this crowd home happy? Okay, well then what better way than Bad Bunny winning? So put that on last. Well, okay, if that's on third to last, does that mean Brock's going to beat Cody? So it was very odd, and it made it better because you didn't know.
Right.
Anyway, San Juan street fight. We were told, or we have heard, that this was supposed to be a tag match because they didn't think Bunny could carry a match. And then somehow he changed their mind and he put on another show, man.
He did.
He put on another amazing show. I kind of feel bad for Priest because the only 2 times he's ever met anything in his career is when Bad Bunny's in town. And then I don't know, does he just go right back down to the bottom after this? But my gosh, dude, it maybe went a hair long, but it was good. It worked. The whole thing worked. And the mystery spots with Carlito got that place went insane when Carlito came out.
Yeah, it did.
Like, and you knew what he was going to do. I'm like, he's going to hit his move. He's going to pop. He's going to hit the 619, pop up, get spit in his face. Like, you knew what was going to happen. Didn't matter. It
was fun.
I thought it was great.
The only thing I felt, and I read this earlier, and I think it was just on some guy, just a random blog. Someone was like, this is Damian Priest's chance. Like, he's kind of the one guy in the Judgment Day who hasn't really elevated from being in the Judgment Day. He's just kind of there.
Right.
And the other Dom is doing well. Rhea Ripley, probably her best stuff.
I don't think Finn is either, but he just happened to have the match with Edge.
He did, and he was kind of their guy. Yeah, he hasn't but he's still been relevant. This dude's just kind of been there. I wish he could have because I feel like this didn't really do a lot for him. I mean, other than it was awesome. He worked well. The match was awesome. I'm not picking on him any way, shape, or form. It was a fun match. You sent the fans home happy. That's what I guess and Bad Bunny. I tell you what, these guys, Bad Bunny, Pat, and Logan, talk about setting the freaking bar high for anybody. Like, your other celebrities must be sitting there going, like, I can't go into wrestling. Like, what am I going to do? I'll look like a chump. I mean, these guys have come out and just done phenomenal in the matches they've put on. And Bad Bunny delivered again tonight. And I think the WWE is doing a great job in putting them in matches and with people and doing things. I don't know what they're doing that they can succeed.
Situations to succeed.
Yes, that they can look good, man.
The only thing I will say is Pat McAfee is a professional athlete, so that helps him. Logan Paul is a professional athlete. Like, he's a boxer. Like, he is boxing people. He fought Floyd Mayweather. Whether you want to say it was set up and Floyd's 100 years old, whatever. So we know he's an athlete. Bad Bunny is not. Oh. And I don't know if he played high school football or anything like that. Like, I have no idea about that. So there was a little sloppiness in this match, maybe compared to those other guys, but it made perfect sense. It was fine because he's a musician.
And it's a street fight.
Yeah, it's a street fight.
It's a street fight. To me, that was okay. Know, and that's where you put him, man. Like,
I thought it played part of the story, like when he hit him and then fell down or something. He's not supposed to be doing this. That's part of the story. That said, it does make Damian Priest look bad when he loses to a musician.
And you know what? They don't go to Puerto Rico often. This was awesome to do this in this match.
Oh, it's huge.
I think everybody had fun. I think even viewers, like, I didn't really care about this match. I'm not the biggest Bad Bunny guy. I don't know a lot of his stuff and what he does. He's been great every time he's been on freaking
awesome.
WWE. So I don't mind seeing him at all. They sent me home happy in this match. I mean, as far as like, I was entertained. I knew the angle's not going, I don't think, in a great deal further, but maybe it will. I don't know. But yeah, they sent everybody home, and the fans definitely were happy, man. I thought the roof was going to blow off that thing, man.
Yeah, you had almost all the same stuff I did. Just a couple other things again about Priest, and you can just say whatever, it's a one-off, it'll be fine. But Bad Bunny, went like 20 minutes longer with a job guy, because let's face it, that's kind of what he's been since he's been on the main roster, than Zelina, who is a real wrestler, did with Rhea Ripley. So that kind of made him look bad too, and then he lost. But I thought the table spot was very good too, even though you saw it coming. When they got up on that box, you could see that there was a table there, and you're like, all right, he's going to throw him on this table. But the first thing I said when he hit, I went, oh, that didn't sound like foam. That sounded like a table. And, where in other places, that spot does not look too good. This looked, so I don't know if it was just table or what, or if they did have some stuff under it. It didn't come flying up when they hit it. It looked great. And he took it full force too, man. He clobbered him with that thing. Or as Dusty Rhodes would say, he won't play him. So I thought that was great. Carlito again. And then Savio Vega was massively over. And the LWO, this is the biggest the LWO has ever been.
They
came
them.
out of nowhere.
People love them, man. They're selling, like you said, they're selling shirts, man. So
here's the problem with putting that match third
from the last.
The first time I looked at my phone the entire night was during this 6-man match with the Usos and Solo against Riddle and the Champs. First time all night I looked at my phone, and I kept looking up, and I kept hearing the crowd, and the crowd, they weren't dead, but they weren't hot anymore. So I don't know if that's a mix of let's get on with this angle, what are we doing here, or how the heck are you going to follow this? And did you just Hogan Rock WrestleMania 18 yourself here by putting that match third to last? I'm not sure. It was still a good match, but it kind of the mood was not the same.
They did this pay-per-view different. They haven't been stacking, the old school way we were brought up. The pay-per-view grows, kind of, and then you have like bigger match, maybe an off match before the main event match. This one, they put boom, boom, boom right back to back to back with each other. The three biggest matches of the night, if you will, as far as like interest, I think.
And there's only like one non-interest one, really. I mean, because there were two girl tag matches, the U.S., and then that Seth Almost. That was like the only one that was like, and that was good.
This would have been a hard one to follow anywhere they went. Anyway,
yes.
Even Cody and Brock coming out directly after this one, it would have been tough. It was almost like time for like Piper's Pit or a Brother Love show after this one to kind of let the crowd calm down and then bring another match in. That's a good point. I don't know how you do it.
I probably would have put Zelina right after them because they were feeling the country love there.
That might have worked.
Let it keep going then with Zelina. Let it keep going. I don't know. The match, from what I saw of it, after 5 minutes or so, I watched the rest of it. It was good. I liked the whole Jay and Solo stuff, the tagging. Then I tag you, then you tag me. Solo ends up getting kicked.
This is the one that did have a story was developing as we watched. I'm wondering where they're going with the bloodline because I've heard Roman Reigns' next 3 opponents are already set up, apparently. So and Jay and Jimmy were not those guys.
Yeah, I thought Bobby, because he's going to SmackDown, that he would be a good one for now, to kill time until SummerSlam and to kill time, whatever's happening with the bloodline happens. That's kind of what I've been thinking on that front.
AJ Styles is supposed to be the next one.
Well, that makes total sense too, because we have not seen that match since I believe 2018.
Styles would have been the bad guy, I believe. At that, it was coming.
Oh
fresh
yeah,
up.
then yeah,
yes, he would have been the heel, right? I believe back then Styles was fresh off.
Yeah, I can't remember if he was a heel or if that was face. That would be great because he'd AJ back up right away. We haven't seen him for a long time. He hasn't been relevant here in a while. Feed him now.
And it would give you something to do with Anderson and Gallows too. As far as the USOs. Because those guys have just kind of been there since they got back. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I missed something, but yeah.
That's a great point. Didn't think about that. And you could kill a pay-per-view with a 6-man also. Yeah,
you could. Zero news. I don't know how well you trust them or whatnot. They're saying AJ Styles, Karrion Kross, then Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, so I heard the Karrion thing. I don't think you told me that. Somebody else told me Karrion
today.
How is that possible?
I don't know.
This dude he loses.
I don't want to see this. I don't want to see him at all.
No, there's no way.
His valet is bigger than he is. I'm sorry. She is.
There's no way. I mean, if they do that, I mean that's got to be like a SmackDown match.
Again, I hear Triple H is big on the guy.
Well, yeah, he is. It's not there. It's cornball.
I'm with you.
It's cornball, and it's not working, and he loses it
all the time.
Yeah, they need to keep Roman away from people like that. Anyway, so that match. More breakup rumors here as that goes. At one point, Jay had him in the spike. He was ready to hit him and didn't.
Some tags that weren't, I didn't like. I wasn't ready to get out of the ring.
Kept hitting each other.
Brother.
Yep.
Yeah.
But eventually they do get the win because Solo saves the day and spikes the bro. And ends it.
I talk about, have we ever seen a faction? I know the NWO people, we and you love the NWO, but there were some guys who got worse. Everybody who touches the bloodline is gold. Yeah. I mean, they have really, look where Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are. Solo Sikoa. Has this guy said a paragraph since he's came in?
He said like 3 or 4 words. That's it.
And he's over. The dude is over, and he's a big name dude. This guy is, I think, 1 loss, maybe 2. Cody Rhodes, I think, is beating
1 to Cody.
Everybody who this touches, Riddle is now right back in the mix of things just by touching the bloodline.
Right. People forgot that he was ever even gone and why he was gone.
Right. I mean, this is really what a phenomenal job of elevating and writing and story with this group, man.
Going to be interesting to see where they go here, gearing towards SummerSlam and then whatever the heck else is.
And remember, and we'll see how, because people criticize the NWO went too long. Too many people joined it.
This is already longer, I think.
Remember the money train. People don't jump. That it happens. The money train starts going, and it's hard to end that. Train. You don't jump off the money train, baby. So it's. We'll see if. I hope they don't kill the bloodline by making it go too long. Then. But I'm still interested. So.
Yep, I am too, because there's still more to do.
There is.
I just don't know what. So other than break them up. Which is obviously coming here at some point.
It's got to be, right? This summer, I would
Okay,
say.
One last match was the main event. It is Cody, who didn't get as big of a pop as he did the night before. Again, I don't know if the crowd was dead at this point or what.
He was what they had,
massively over on SmackDown. I mean, it was crazy. I just got a text right here from my boy who lives in Houston. Not a women's wrestling fan whatsoever. He just now texted me. That might be the best women's match I have ever seen. That's all it said.
People loving that match.
2 different people. But we've been saying that about Bianca forever, man. I mean, we've been on the Bianca bandwagon here.
She can wrestle with anybody. She can wrestle no matter your height, your weight, your style. She's very versatile.
She's awesome.
I think she's
awesome.
She's amazing.
Okay, back to the main event. Sorry for your the run in there on the text.
Hey,
Cody Brock. Brock comes out. initial pop, then boos. Not super loud, but audible boos as soon as he came out. Cody jumps in before the match.
I thought we were gonna get a quick one. I was like, oh my God, are they gonna? Well, I had
time was running long.
Someone dropped rumors earlier, and so I need to stay off the dang internet.
I do.
That this one could be a squash, one way or the other, by Cody. That he could take him out quick just to help elevate. And
like
I was
a
like,
Goldberg thing?
Yes. Like he catches him quick outside, gets him in the ring. That's why I thought, oh my God, the match hasn't started yet. He's going to beat him up outside, get him in the ring, Cody Cutter, boom, but it didn't go down
Seth
that
did
way.
that too at WrestleMania 35. Right. And that seems to be the way to beat Brock. They did do that, but after like 10 minutes or whatever the match ended up being, in the Kimura, quick roll, got on top of him, 1, 2, 3, caught him with the pin. After, and I don't know, did you see him blade? I'll have to go back and watch.
I don't know, Ryan. Go back and watch because he does take one hand and put it over like that.
Yes.
But I mean, he must do it really well because he does hit that buckle hard and he hits it right there. And he was a Crimson Mask, man.
Dude, I thought this was okay. I don't think it was great. I don't think it was bad. I thought it was good.
It did what it was supposed to do, I think.
Yeah.
Brock didn't get murdered. Cody got one up on him, if you will. He didn't, Brock is still Brock.
He got him. He just got him.
But he got him. Yeah.
So where do we see him? Okay, so here's the deal. Allegedly, we got a tournament that apparently they are going to announce Sunday at some point.
Mm-hmm.
A bracket tournament Monday and a bracket tournament for the Raw title Friday on SmackDown for some reason.
That's what I was saying. He released today. What you're going to get on next week's Raw, apparently, there will be 2 triple threat matches. The winners of those matches will main event that show for a right to go to the. So this is what I don't get. Okay, so you got 2 triple threat matches.
The winner Monday and the winner Friday face each other at the pay-per-view.
Yeah, and then so you got so the belt could go to SmackDown.
But yes, they're going to have a tournament on SmackDown to see who goes to win the Raw title.
Well, won't that kind of?
What are we even doing? Why even do this?
You know who's going to win at the show? The Raw guy. The Raw guy is going to.
I think there's going to be all Raw guys on SmackDown too. I mean, it has to.
You still think this? You think so this week?
Yeah, because it's next week when the draft takes place.
I thought this Monday the rosters were locked. Like you're on Raw. I thought this Monday.
They better not, because that's just the dumbest thing of all time.
Who wants to watch this belt go to SmackDown and then Roman take this belt again? Now he's got all 3.
Yeah, there's no way. I mean, if they did say that they will change their speak or something, because there's no way. You can't have Lashley and all these SmackDown guys fight for the. Well,
that's why I said even on the pay-per-view in the Night of Champions, if it's Bobby Lashley versus Cody Rhodes, I know Cody's winning.
You would think, unless he wins, and that means he goes to Raw. I have no idea.
They would, you know what? They got to put that. You're right. They got to put that stipulation in then, right? The winner of this match goes to Raw.
All right. So what do we think is going to happen? You think it's going to be Seth and Cody?
Are you going to give that away as a main event of Raw?
No, at the pay-per-view.
So you see, because I'm confused.
I forget. So, all right. There's 2 triple threat matches Monday,
and then the winner will face
in
each
the
other
main event
Monday.
that night.
Monday,
they're going to do the same exact thing.
Yes,
Friday.
on SmackDown.
SmackDown winner and the Raw winner face in Saudi Arabia.
So there's going to be 12 dudes in this tournament, starting with the triple threat matches, and that's why it would be easier to say. I don't know, because I can't.
Yeah,
you can't have Cody win the match on Raw and Rollins win the match on Raw, and they fight each other on Raw. That's just giving way too much away for free. I mean, there's no.
But then who wins the SmackDown one?
It would have to be Lashley. I mean, I would assume, or LA. I mean, I don't know how they would move LA Knight that high yet now, right?
There's no chance.
And I've heard, in case people were wondering, I have heard there is a very unlikely chance Bray Wyatt is there. I don't think Bray Wyatt is coming back for Night of Champions.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. I don't know who would want to see that at this point. The guy just walks in and then he's the champ.
And he's in the tournament. Who else do they have that's a big... I mean, because you got Theory and Gunther are obviously out because you're going to keep the IC titles on.
They could be in the matches.
They could. They could.
I wouldn't think they're going to win. And I think that would be an obvious giveaway if they were in those matches. Yeah, and maybe by the time you're watching this, they've already announced, because somebody told me it was coming out Sunday, so you would know ahead of time. Oh, this is what I'm tuning in for.
We're getting the participants tomorrow, Sunday?
Apparently on Sunday.
Okay.
That's what I was told. I don't know if that's correct or not.
But still, 12 guys, that's a lot of dudes, man. I mean,
well, I was thinking, because they said tournament, so I was thinking like an 8-man tournament. So
that's what I was thinking too. I was hoping
16.
Actually. Right. I was hoping for something like that, but then no, I guess this is a one-off for the title at Night of Champions. So they're going to do all the stuff on Raw and SmackDown.
That's the thing. I don't know who else you have who would be viable outside of the 3 dudes we just said. Seth, Cody, Lashley. All of which are faces right now, but you never know really with Lashley. And Seth kind of has been a bubble guy, but he's been a face pretty much lately.
To me, if you're looking deeper, you got to look on Raw, because I just can't figure, unless they do what you said, the winner of this is automatically drafted to Raw. I can't see them putting this. They could, but they can't put this belt on SmackDown. I mean, they can't.
Oh no, that's not going to happen. I mean, they can't, because the guy straight out. The whole reason we were getting this was because the SmackDown champion never wrestles. So we need one for the other show.
Is Orton available?
We don't know. And that could be a big one, I think. But outside of the initial, hey, there's Orton. Does anybody care about him enough to be the champion of a show?
It would give you Orton versus Rhodes in the main event would give you
it's a match history. We haven't seen.
Yeah, and there's history.
Yes, that would work. But again, do you put this belt on Cody?
I don't. I put this belt on Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins, to me, is the one guy Roman Reigns has not beat. Anybody else is a paper champion to me. Seth Rollins is the only guy out. Bobby Lashley, I guess.
He didn't. No, I
guess outside Bobby. That would be my point. It's got to be someone who Roman has not beat.
Right.
If Roman has already beat the guy, you're a paper champion to me. It's going to be the B belt. We're going to go back to the way it was, where we all know Roman's the real champion, and this guy is kind of just there biding his time.
What about Apollo Crews?
He's a dark horse, man.
Dark horse.
He could come out of nowhere. Is he still? Is he still with that gimmick?
No, he isn't.
No,
he is not. Okay. But he's on NXT.
The dude can wrestle.
He's not going to win, but Braun Strowman, I assume, might be in this tournament.
But he's in that freaking tag team right now, though, with Ricochet.
I guess champs.
No,
so he could definitely be in the tournament. I think
Shinsuke, maybe they're pushing Shinsuke right now.
You get him.
He's another guy.
You're going to get.
Does
Finn will be in it?
Does he have history with Cody from Japan, Shinsuke?
No, he was already over here.
Okay.
Drew, is he hurt? Is this contract crap? Like, I didn't even think about him. Drew McIntyre, what show did he get drafted to?
I think he's on SmackDown. Or no, he's on Raw.
There you go.
I think he's on Raw. And I've heard we could see a heel turn this summer from Drew McIntyre.
Well, they were talking about that, anyway.
Because, the guy has kind of gone flat.
Well, there you go. The fact that nobody's even talking about him winning this, that tells you how flat he's gone.
Outside that, though, I think it ruins Cody if you give him this belt. It looks like a participation trophy.
How How about Drew McIntyre turns heel to beat Cody to win the belt? Could
that would work.
happen?
It would work. It would give a chase. Cody then could legit go after that belt, because I think he would have lost to Drew. We forget about the Roman feud. He avenges his feud with this guy, gets this belt.
Yes,
you could do
so
that,
like at SummerSlam or something.
Yeah,
he gets him back.
I think that would work. I mean, yeah. I mean, I think that Drew's going to have to turn in a big way, to do something. I think.
Well, I think whoever wins has to do it like that, right? Like Seth. I can't just see Seth beating Cody and then people being cool with it. Like someone has to cheat to beat Cody.
I don't think Seth and Cody was the match right now. They're both red hot baby faces. I think you're going to get an Undertaker Austin situation if you throw the two of them in the. You're going to force the fans to boo someone they don't want to boo. You know,
is the triple threat match to keep Cody out of the match in Saudi Arabia, because then he doesn't have to get pinned. Somebody else can pin the other guy, and then Cody doesn't even have to be in the match.
Is Brock going to Saudi Arabia?
He has.
Because I could see him coming out and costing Cody.
You may have just solved it. You may have just solved it, because I don't think the way that match ended, that's not
right.
The end of this
here was
feud.
Another problem with my pay-per-view. I know I'm nitpicking. Why are these two fighting?
They never explained it.
They never explained this. So are we sure we're done with this?
Oh, I don't think we're done just based on the way it ended to begin with.
So,
but I think you maybe just said he's going to cost him either the triple threat. I bet you he wins the triple threat and then loses the last match of the
main
night
event
because Brock does something to him. I think you just solved the problem.
That could work, and you could save. It would be a Cody loss, but it's not a loss because Brock's going to cost him. You know, the loss won't hurt him. Could Seth beat him?
Beat who?
Cody. Does Brock help Seth win? Is he the guy?
Well, we don't know who's fighting on which yet.
Or does Drew McIntyre beat Cody because that starts the push? He accepts the crappy interference by Brock Lesnar. Drew McIntyre went, and then he cheats and maybe beats Lashley for the gold.
That would work. We got to make sure he's healthy, though.
That's true.
You know, we don't know what the heck is going on with him. He has not been seen since Mania.
Yeah.
I think you figured it out, though. That's how Cody's not even going to be in this match. Or he costs him in Saudi.
Yeah, maybe Brock
you just figured it out, though. And that's how you sell Saudi, is you have Cody in that match, but then he gets screwed.
Could Lesnar be in this tournament? I mean, but again,
you can't put it back on him.
Right, you can't put it on Lesnar because he's another part-timer. It'd be the same thing as having the belt on Roman, right?
They already said he's a free agent. Like, I think you nailed it. However it happens, one of those three dudes is going to win, and Brock will screw Cody, whether it's in the triple threat, on the Raw main event, or in Saudi Arabia. Because of the way it ended today, he will get his revenge. And then at some point, we will hear he was in cahoots with the bloodline, and that'll push the Roman story even further to finish the story. I think that's where this is going exactly.
I think I'm gonna bet that he screws him on Raw, because I'm gonna bet they're gonna want Brock fighting on that pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia. I think we're gonna get Brock too at that pay-per-view. Because remember, we've said this the last few times, that they stack these like WrestleManias, man.
Yeah. There's been some real good ones.
Yes, they have, man. And I think Cody Brock does not need a belt. Then you would have the actual finals for the belt. You would also have Roman. AJ Styles on that card, if that's the way they're going. I don't know what you're doing as far as the bloodline, if they can even go.
They've been there. Although, have they? I think they've been there.
Can they go, Jimmy and Jay? they can. I don't know if they're.
I'm pretty sure they've
issues
been there before
with the things. Okay,
well, they figured out how to get them into Canada. So
right, you've got a lot of dudes. I mean, that you can really load up this pay-per-view, you know. So, and it was a great night of wrestling.
I thought so. I don't think there was a single match less than a B.
The matches, you can't criticize the matches. No,
a couple of great moments as far as the hometown crowd and the population. I thought that was sweet. So, yeah, man, I thought it was great. Good night. And the best part is what we just have been discussing for the last 20 minutes. We don't know what they're going to do. I like it when we don't know what they're going to do. So that makes it even better.
Yes. Looking forward to Raw. Looking forward to SmackDown. Let's see what goes down.
No doubt.
Who's getting in this tournament?
A single night tournament. Yay. We like those.
I do.
Once again, everybody, thanks for watching. Hope you liked the show too. Let us know in the comments if you did like the show. If you didn't, if we're on crack, whatever, let us know. And even if we are, please hit that like button. And please hit that subscribe button anyway.
And with all the talk of the draft, check out our draft show. It's one of my favorite. I thought we had a great time.
Yes.
4 of us on there. So many different viewpoints of who we thought would take. There are some major shockers at where people go in accordance to where you would assume maybe they would have gone.
Yep, we got different kind of guys on there. We got old heads on there. We got AEW heads on there. We got indie heads on there.
People out of Japan.
Ruthless Aggression, Japan, everything. The Wrestler Draft.
From all
check that
ages.
Out. All ages, all times, all federations. Check it out. It's pretty good. We'll put the link up right about now. That sounds good. Nick, appreciate it. Please please subscribe, and share if you want to, too. Job guys out.
Pleasure's all yours, Bucky boys.